So at this time, we can't prove if Epstein supplied Trump with underage girls, but we do know that Trump had underage girls of his own working at Mar-a-Lago. But what we can prove, so let's forget about all that stuff. There's a bunch more emails people got to go through. And the more that we learn, the more that we realize that Trump wasn't just hanging out with the PDFs. He was doing other weird stuff. Apparently, this is another email from Jeffrey Epstein to Mark. I don't know who that is, but they're joking around about Trump, calling him nicknames and whatnot that apparently he goes by. That's really weird. And then in one of the questions here, Mark, I believe this was Mark, ask him if Putin has the photos of Trump blowing Bubba. So right now the question at hand is who is Bubba? Why was Trump blowing Bubba? We don't think right now that Bubba is one of Epstein's victims or anyone underage. This is a completely separate matter. This is like a completely different category. So when Epstein was saying, I know how dirty Don is, basically Trump is dirty Don, and Trump wasn't just into hanging out with PDFs and all that, no. He took it at a whole different step, doing other weird stuff. He was blowing Bubba, and we gotta figure out basically who Bubba is. So anybody leave a comment. Who do you guys think Bubba is? 'Cause I guess this is like the Bubba conspiracy, and I'm trying to figure out who Bubba is. So a lot of people are reacting to the Bubba email, and the right wing is absolutely losing it right now because they can't believe that Trump was blowing anyone. That's just weird. But here, some more people sharing it. Some people are saying Trump is a predator because a lot of people don't know who Bubba is, but we're gonna figure it out. So, some people are saying, wait a minute, isn't Bubba the nickname that they had for Bill Clinton? Okay. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, Trump only hung out with Bill Clinton back then because Trump was a Democrat back then. And since Trump was a Democrat, he was doing weird stuff. So it's like, wait a minute. So you guys voted for a guy who used to be a Democrat. And then in order to get away from all of this Epstein, frankly, just he could have gotten involved and gone to jail along with Epstein. So he had to separate himself as far away from Epstein. So what better way than to run as a Republican, pretending to take down the PDFs and pretending to expose Epstein when in reality he covered the whole thing up because he was part of it. So he had to do it in order to not end up in prison, right? But back then, Trump and Epstein were always hanging out. I mean, Trump and Epstein. Trump and Epstein and Trump and Bill Clinton, as you can see here. And a lot of people are referring now to this email about Bubba and Clinton being Bubba and Trump apparently blowing Bubba. And here we have a picture of Trump doing weird stuff with Bill Clinton. Okay, that doesn't this so apparently this is the MAGA thing to do. Be a Democrat your whole life, then last second, once you've committed enough crimes and done enough weird stuff, you switch parties in order to start like a new life with a clean slate. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it's supposed to work. But that's what Trump has done. And that's what the magtards voted for. Because let's face it, a lot of the MAGA people, they knew. They knew that Trump was involved with Epstein. They knew this. They saw the video, and yet they chose him. Apparently, Time Magazine is making fun. I don't know if this one's real, actually, guys, but this is what's going on now. Is there any other proof? Well, I'm just looking this up. Trump and Bubba, and as I'm looking, I'm seeing all this very strange stuff. Here is a tweet back when X was Twitter of Trump talking about Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband. Whoa, what the fuck? What kind of a tweet is this? For this MAGA Republican is worried about another woman's husband and how she can satisfy. What? This is very strange, guys. So apparently this is what Trump didn't want us finding out about. This is actually part of it. Okay, this is why he's so nervous about the full Epstein files coming out. Because it talks a lot about Trump doing weird stuff with not only Bill Clinton, but just a bunch of weird stuff. There's a whole bunch of weird stuff, man. And people are over here saying that, this victim was Virginia Giuffre, and yes, it was. They shouldn't have said that, because now Virginia Giuffre's family is attacking Trump and saying that he's wrong, and he actually had other victims, and that Virginia never even said that Trump was innocent, just that he never did it to her. She didn't do it to her because Virginia Giuffre was under a contract with Trump. Trump was her boss. Trump was the one paying her. So she's not going to speak badly of Trump. Like what I was saying, she used to support Trump along with people like Isaac Cappy. And it all fell apart. And Isaac Cappy went crazy, killed himself. But at the end of it all, he was exposing Trump. Virginia Giuffre, she basically thought Trump was going to go after Epstein and expose him and arrest him. That never happened. She ends up unalive, and it only benefits Trump, right? That's what's going on. Epstein unalives during Trump's first administration. Whether you want to believe the conspiracy that he was cloned or it was his double, bottom line is that person, that persona, actor, whatever you want to say, or real person, Epstein is gone. The only one still around out of all of this is Trump. So he is the winner. But for how long, right? Now we are getting these emails, and by the way, let's see. I was also gonna say that she basically, in this email it says she spent hours with him alone. So what were they talking about? What were they doing this whole time? And this also means that Trump knew what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. And there's another email saying how Trump told Ghislaine Maxwell to stop. And what he was referring to was not stopping, like Trump supporters are saying, oh, that's Trump saying to stop the child trafficking. That's not what he was saying. He was just saying, stop Ghislaine from trying to go to Mar-a-Lago and recruit girls for Epstein. This was admitted by Trump. Trump admitted that his fallout with Epstein was because they fought over girls. They fought over Epstein trying to take his girls from Mar-a-Lago. So this email, so far they haven't proved that Epstein was supplying Trump with victims, but in this case, the victim was spending time with Trump. But we haven't gone over all the emails yet. We don't know, and there's a lot more. And they just got Adelita, I forget her name, but she's a Democrat that's supposedly the last vote that we need to release the Epstein files, and we'll find out. But there was other victims, and Virginia Giuffre's family is saying that there were other victims, and there's definitely a possibility that Trump and Epstein shared the same victims. I don't know if that's their words exactly, but that's the way I see it. Trump and Epstein both had their own organizations of modeling organizations of gathering women, and many of them, like out from Trump's own words, were on the younger side, right? And so did Trump even need Epstein? If Trump was running his own modeling agency, if he was hiring underage women, girls, to work at Mar-a-Lago already, how much did he really need Epstein? You know? It's like they were both basically doing the same thing, some sort of human trafficking that was going on under the table there, something weird. And they both had these. Trump had beauty pageants and all these really strange things going on, and that can't be overlooked. We need to understand that this man, like I said, he was a Democrat. He was doing weird stuff, grabbing. He's not what he used to say. A lot of people voted for Trump for saying that, grabbing them by the you know what. But apparently it's the opposite. Trump is doing things. I don't even want to say. I can't even look at this. This is just gross. It's disgusting. I can't believe people voted for this clown. He's basically just. Oh my God. What did the Republicans do? And you know what the worst part of it is? That Trump represents the right. Trump and MAGA will never die. Trump will always be the face of the Republicans, of MAGA. After Trump is gone and we need to get a new president and the Republicans run, they're still going to be attached to the whole MAGA movement. And that movement will always be attached to Trump. So no matter what, this guy will represent the right for all of eternity. There's no way to change it now. We've gone too far. I said it for years. We need a new Republican. We need someone else. No one listened. And now we're stuck with this guy. They're probably going to clone him after he's done, after he's gone. His term will be up. We don't know if he'll be gone by then, but whenever he is gone, they're going to clone him. They're going to, make an AI version of Trump that's probably going to try to run again and get his third term. And, it's never going to end. And anyone related to Trump is going to run. And it's a whole mess, guys. It's a whole mess. I don't understand what people's obsession with this guy is. It's ruined the Republican Party. Well, anyways, it's all for now. Shout out.